Hi tubers, kichao.com, and now we're going to tackle a new subject on etiquette, which is the first thing you do when you meet people, is actually meeting people. I'm going to give you a case scenario. What happens when two of your friends who don't know each other meet at your house? Okay, you say, "Oh, hi Joe, come on in. We're just going to the video store with Carla. Carla, are you ready? Okay, let's go." In this case, Joe probably will not be able to figure out Carla's first name, but Carla wouldn't know what to call Joe until you speak to him and call his name while she hears you. This is just a small scenario for introduction. Now, neither one of them will know the other's last name or what they might have in common besides being both your friends. Would it not make more sense to help them out? The right way to handle this situation, remember, etiquette is always handling the situation in the right way. You would say, "Oh, hi Joe, come on in. My friend Carla is here. Carla, this is Joe Rollins, my inline skating buddy. Joe, this is Carla Stein. She and I both like horror movies, and we're going to rent one now. Want to come along?" It's just a case scenario, that's all. The whole point of making introductions is to make people feel comfortable and welcome, and of course to let them know each other's names. If you add some helpful information, so much the better, besides the person's name, because this gives people who don't know each other something to start talking about. So that's an icebreaker. Now, why do people think making introductions is so hard? The problem is that people do not know there's a rule about whose name to say first, and they're afraid they'll do it all wrong. But introducing people is simple if you remember two things. Number one, use both people's names twice. For example, Bob, this is Jim. Jim, this is Bob. Number two, start with the more important person's name. For example, if you're going to meet the school principal or president, how do you know who's more important? It's a question of respect. Through the years, manners in our society have evolved to reflect respect for older people, women, and dignitaries or high-ranking officials. Likewise, in introductions, older people come before younger people, women and girls come before boys and girls, VIPs come before less famous people. I'm gonna wait for the next video to start tackling more about introduction and meeting people. kichao.com. I hope these videos are helpful. Happy Wednesday.